Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the LCUS. My name is Nickelbucker. I am joined today with our great caster, Jeff. Jeff, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Nickel. Pretty good. Excited to see some great games.
Heck
How you
yeah.
doing? I know you're feeling a little under the weather, so we appreciate you coming out still.
Oh, I didn't think anybody would notice. Any hoosers. Nah, I'm doing all right. I'm really excited to start this set of matches off. We got Gale Force in option 12. Gale Force a little bit of the back of the pack. Option 12, the leaders. I feel like this is going to be an interesting game in itself. These are two good teams. I feel like that we need to have Gale Force show their true colors here. It's really going against option 12, one of the better teams. I honestly don't know what to expect out of this matchup, but I hope it's something good.
Yeah, I mean, you said it right off the bat. I mean, we've got two teams here where in the standings it looks like it should be a one-sided matchup. You got option 12 sitting up there with 7 points in second place. Gale Force tied for last, only a single point to their names. But you and I were actually talking before we even came on the air about how we were surprised that Gale Force only has the 1 point because we feel like they've put up some pretty legitimately good showings, but just haven't been able to close games or get the crucial 2-0s that really get you the points and things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, they're a strong team. There's nothing against them for that. But you said it. They just can't close house. And really, that's going to be kind of the point that they need to make here. Kind of give them a little bit more points so that they can climb their way up the leaderboard. Option 12, I think they're sitting pretty at second place, but that can honestly change today if Blitzkrieg decides to screw the pooch. But I don't think Blitzkrieg will be doing that. Blitzkrieg has been showing that they're an awesome team today. I mean, today, this entire split. Excuse me.
Yeah, we'll have Blitzkrieg coming up next. So for those of you who might only be here for option 12 or Gale Force, consider sticking around for that one as well for our top team so far. Hard to believe that we're already in week 5 of this LCUS split. We're starting to get to the point where teams like Gale Force sitting down there with 1 point. If you want to make a run to get back into playoff position or at least contend to have the last couple weeks matter for you, these are the games that you have to make a move on.
For sure.
Can't wait too much longer.
Heck yeah. Time flies when you're having fun or playing League. Sometimes that's not the same thing.
Well, playing League and having fun is more fun when you're winning. So hopefully Gale Force can put their best foot forward. On the other side, option 12, we talk about them as being one of the more balanced, one of the maybe better macro teams in the league. That's sort of been their identity throughout this split.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see if Gale Force tries to come out with something tricky, or if maybe they try to beat option 12 at their own game.
I really think that they're going to have to focus on their own macro play, because option 12 is known for being a very heavy control of the map. You win games, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Gale Force lets that slip, that they're just going to fall right behind, because option 12 is so good at what they do. And these bans right out of the gate are kind of interesting. A lot of focus on the top lane from option 12, I assume. Top lane.
Yeah. Well, I believe it was just last week. Stelio had a very, very great start on Mundo in a game. I believe he wasn't able to quite carry that one home, but he was the shining light for his team in that entire game. Got off to something like a 4-0 start. And I think he is also very well known for his nasties. So option 12, very much respecting Gale Force's top laner. On the other side, you have Morgana, which is Ashaway's favorite champion. She is known for being an absolute sniper with those dark bindings. And Prowler, one of his favorite junglers, is Cho'Gath. The Darius ban I'm a little surprised by, just because I haven't seen Greatbeard of Odin pull that out himself. Maybe he has played it.
He has.
I just haven't seen it personally. But I know that he is also extremely comfortable on the Scion, which Stelio takes away with the first pick. One of Prowler's other favorite jungle picks is Nocturne, and they lock that up quickly.
Sure. Kind of interesting. I thought they were going to go, ooh, Anivia! Icebird gets through.
The Icebird gets through.
Wow, I haven't seen Anivia in a while.
Yeah, for those of you who might be new to watching the LCUS, for much of the existence of this league, Anivia has been sort of a permaban or first pick at worst, gets through the third pick here. It will be picked up by Lysimachus for option 12, who will apparently be going up against Deformed Apes Lux in the mid lane.
For sure. Seems like Vigar has taken the place of that ban first, unfortunately. Not unfortunate.
Yeah, I think
for
you're
the
right.
team.
I have seen a lot more teams prioritizing the Vigar ban as opposed to the Anivia.
Is this going to be a Graves jungle, do you think? Or.
Yeah, I would certainly think so. Shaken is a guy who likes to play aggressive junglers, likes to get up in your face, try to make some proactive plays. He's not necessarily the kind of player who's satisfied to just be sort of a meat shield.
Right. And we see the Shen pick come through as well. Great Beard of Odin is one of his bread and butter, so to speak. They'll have a good time with that. Now
I
they're
think
focusing.
Graves is also solid into Nocturne. Can potentially win that early duel if he runs into the Nocturne.
For
A
sure.
Jinx ban, actually, against Ace.
Interesting. A support for an ADC. And an ADC. Or are they going to ban a support now? Or is that going to be a Shen support? Ooh.
I believe it will be top lane. I think that's one of Odin's favorite champions up there.
It is. I just like
along
making
with
things
the Scion.
interesting.
Fair enough. And so last ban to come through here for Gale Force.
Come on, guys.
There's always another way.
Nami, actually.
Support. Ashaway's favorites are casters, so I'm not surprised that they decided to get rid of Nami. Just want to get rid of an
Yeah.
annoyance.
I would be interested to see if Poison Ivy were to pick Lulu here, what Ashaway's next option is. Because from what I've seen, after the Morgana, Lulu tends to be her favorite.
It looks like they're not too concerned about that. Ace taking the Kaisa right away.
I especially like this pick because it gives you such good damage balance. Kaisa is such a unique AD carry in how she does such mixed damage and can build into either AP or AD. Oh, but Gale Force, they get the lovely couple. Zaya and Rakan enter the ball in the final rotation.
The Lovebirds have entered. Now, if you guys have skins for both of them, where they're looking at each other, I mean, you guys win the skin battle in my book. And then the Sona comes through.
Ah, yes, another of Ashaway's favorites.
And definitely something that she's been good with throughout this split. I mean, that's...
Yeah, certainly I was remiss to forget about that one. So, let's see. I mean, pretty balanced team compositions from both teams.
Nothing too crazy to give you a headache to begin with. Kind of going for that classic just meta picks right now. Which I'm okay with. Give me an easy first game to go through. Thank you, guys.
This is the second week in a row that Option 12 have had Lysimachus and Prowler swapped into the wrong spots on the lineup. I kept looking at them, waiting for them to trade.
Honestly, I was doing it too, but I wasn't going to say anything. But now I'm going to call them out because now I see their names.
I just remember last week they did that too, and it kept tricking me, so thanks a lot, guys.
Ace, keep them in order. Come on, man. Just playing mind games.
Yeah, this is especially interesting to me because, well, actually, on the side of Gale Force, looks like Shaken and Deformed Ape didn't switch as well.
Is that just the new order now, guys? Is this what's going on?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
No, they're just telling us where the junglers are going to start. They're going to start bot lane, both of them.
But I do think it's interesting how both teams, they do have 3 damage dealers per team, but for both teams, that third damage dealer is the jungle. Either team opting into a damage dealing top laner or a tank jungler. They both go for the tank top laner, carry junglers. So very, very balanced team compositions. You have both supports running Ignite, both with strong engage tools, exciting playmaking capabilities. This should be, on paper, this looks very even. Should be a fun one.
For sure. And with Kenos not being here, I'll get on top of his soapbox, as he likes to call it, about wanting more meat, more defense on both of these teams, because he is a man that does like his defense. But I do tend to agree with you, Jeff. I do like these teams. It's going to be very interesting. Definitely play into each other well, I believe. I do feel like, though, that the little part of me is saying I would like to see a little bit more meat to have on the front lines, because we got
Sure.
some good damage dealers that kind of go from the back, you know.
Well, especially with neither team even running a tanky support,
Mhm.
you know?
Correct.
There's even squishy supports on both sides, so it's going to be very, very a lot of responsibility for Stelio and Greatbeard of Odin, respectively, to try to hold the front line by themselves
For
in
sure.
these games.
I do kind of want to see how Stelio uses Scions kind of initiate. You know, we've seen it in the past few weeks of just a Scion just coming down through the lane and just initiating a team fight. Greatbeard of Odin has done that a lot. I wonder if Stelio is going to bring that to the table. And as well, on the opposite side, we have Odin in the comfortable position of Shen, able to use his ultimate to teleport to wherever he dang pleases. And excuse me, he's good at that. We're going to see a lot of interesting play in the bot lane, I believe. But I do wonder too I wonder if there's going to be some cheeky invades on this game too, just to how they got a Graves on Gale Force's side, and probably option 12 has been known to do some cheeky things like that. I don't know. That's why I'm here, because I'm just like you, the viewer. I want to know what happens in these games.
All right, well, want to take a quick moment here as we get into the loading screen to say that this set of games is brought to you by Foster Adventure. Foster Adventure enhances the lives of teens in care by funding social, athletic, and items that give a sense of normalcy, promoting friendships, life skills, higher education, and hope in those teens' futures. Donate today at fosteradventure.org or before using the orange badge below. Opportunity awaits. So here we are, getting into the Nero Skin Showdown. If you like using skins in League of Legends, you may also like dressing up in real life. Nero LARP is a live-action roleplay that has chapters all over the United States. Visit NeroLARPOnline.com for more information. We do have the Xayah and Rakan looking at each other, as
Sorry,
you had
guys.
so much hope for.
Gale Force wins by default. Even though that Graves has that's just a generic skin in my opinion. Also, we got but we also have Mecha Zero Scion. That's what I was hoping for as well.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Elementalist Lux is pretty cool too. Oh, Festival Queen Anivia is so ridiculous. I do like that one.
Although I do have to give a shout out.
Still one of my favorites.
Yep, got to give a shout out to that. I have simple needs.
Especially since you called for the Xayah Rakan synergy and it came. Yeah, I think we got to give it over to Gale Force. Able to pick up that champion combo in the final rotation and win the Nero Skin Showdown along with it.
Come on.
That's what really matters.
Also, I know we've said this before, and I'm going to beat this dead horse even more. Anivia just doesn't have interesting skins, in my opinion. There's only so much you can do with a bird.
Sure.
And I guess a rainbow, phoenix, queen, bird thing with the crown, I don't know. Just uninspiring to me. Any hoosers. Still rating at that 0% line. Let's see if we can actually get into the game, guys. Come on.
It's like neither side interested in any sort of aggression, not even looking for any wards.
And we're in. There we go.
Both sides looking to start on the bottom, as per usual, I believe. Lots of fun, and here we go, folks. Option 12 and Gale Force kicking off week 5 of the LCUS. Now, out of these two junglers, I would imagine Graves has a little bit more of the early pressure. Nocturne generally sort of just wants to get to level 6. Would you agree with that assessment, Nickel?
I would agree. He does want that early aggression, but he's going to have to do that a little bit now. But also, you got to be a little bit cheeky with where you go. And we might actually see something.
Right over the Scuttle Crab, though, and Prowler actually wins the smite, and he gets the fear down. Marcus is already rotating down. Very quick coordination from option 12, and Prowler is actually flashing, looking for it. A great route from Shaken, and Prowler is going to get punished for over-aggression. Oh, just before the stun landed, Shaken was able to pick up the first blood.
Nice. Nicely done.
Over-aggression by Prowler there. Could have just taken the free flash, got the Scuttle Crab, would have had a great advantage in the jungle. Wanted more, got punished.
Can't complain about that first blood right away. Going into an interesting game. We were just talking about aggression, and there you go, folks. Flash is burned and everything.
Yeah, that was, I'll tell you, that was very impressive from option 12 until the very end.
Correct.
Because they were so quick to that play. The bottom lane and the mid lane, everyone was there so quickly. As we see some aggressive trades down in the bottom lane, Jackalope gets a decent route down onto Ace, but Ashaway will scare him away from any further damage.
Oh, then.
At this point, it looks like Prowler is looking for a gank top. He is going to step over a ward, so Stelio will see this coming. Got taunted up already by Odin to start the gank. Stelio is probably going to have to burn the flash here. Yet, had to get out of the fear tether. So successful gank from Prowler.
Call that a win in my book, folks. I say it every time. Get rid of the flash. That's a win.
I always think it's funny how the, not sure what to call it, I guess algorithm for directed camera in the spectator client pretty much means that you're always watching bottom lane unless a gank happens.
Yep.
Because it's just naturally tuned to show you where the most players are. So Ace and Fat Jackalope continue to trade down here. Ace looking for a little bit of aggression. A little bit of a back and forth, folks. Jackalope is extremely low on come in to force him back at some point. The wave is pushing in.
I wonder if Nocturne's trying to go for a gank here. Nice wall.
Yeah, wants revenge on Shaken. The egg is still available for Maka, so Shaken will not be able to trade anything back. And doesn't even pop the egg. I think could have at least popped that egg, but goes down regardless.
Just a couple of more autos probably would have helped. Deformed Ape, I don't know if this is a thing you can win. Oh boy. Can't keep your eyes away from any of the lanes. Too many interesting things going on. Directed camera going crazy. Nothing happened. That Sona is going to be a thorn in Gale Force's side, just able to keep Ace and Ashaway in lane. Other than that, nothing really too interesting happening as of right now, but as we've seen, that can change very quickly. Odin is definitely winning the top lane right now, able to out-damage Stelio Kantos.
Yeah, got the help from that gank from Prowler. Haven't seen Deformed it make his... I'm still wondering if this was an unintentional non-trade by the side of Gale Force.
Could be.
Because I've never seen Shaken go in the LCUS. Meanwhile, Deformed Ape and Prowler are brawler. And Deformed Ape is going to go down with the help of Greatbeard of Odin. Sand United comes in, so that time, Deformed Ape doesn't get away. Prowler is paid off for that duel. Couldn't get it in the bottom side of the river after that Scuttle Crab trade, but gets it this time.
Got that right. And while that was happening, a massive battle in the mid lane too, getting both teams very low, as Marcus and Shaken. Looks like that option 12 is going to be going for an early... just vision. Never mind. Looked like that they were going for it.
Yeah, they have consistently had the push in the bottom lane, so it wouldn't surprise me at all to see them try to make a quick rotation up there, get that down. Kaisa does kill neutral objectives pretty quickly with that plasma.
That range that Kaisa has, jeez.
With the Void Seeker?
Yeah. And Ace
Yeah.
is just landing it on Fat Jackalope easily.
Greybeard of Odin lands another taunt up in the top lane, but looks like Stelio will be able to walk away just fine. Wet Noodle fight continues. And here you have option 12. They are making the play for the dragon now.
There we go.
4 members onto it. Should be a pretty easy secure. Ooh. Smoke grenade seal would have been pretty great, but not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen today, my friend.
So option 12 so far. First, they gave up first blood, excuse me, but have gotten the next 2 kills. Basically a 1,500 gold lead and now an Infernal Drake to their names.
Alright. Odin feeling a little bit confident in himself, trying to get Kantos down, but has to run himself. Run away, little ninja.
Yeah, that was a
Run
pretty
away.
solid trade from Stelio up there. Do have Lysmachus rotating up, just gonna pop the, forget what it's called, the Vision Plant. And Deformed Ape is waiting. We'll see if Poison Ivy tries to get some sort of initiation to work on.
Nice heal from Ashaway. Gonna get Poison Ivy. Nocturne pops the ult. Fat Jackalope, I think you went too deep, my friend. Actually, excuse me, Prowler I meant. Nocturne went too deep. And this is going to be a lot of tower damage for option 12. Easy peasy. Come on, Shaken, I believe in you. You can get that.
Sorry about that, folks. Having some technical difficulties. AT&T is very bad internet.
It's all good. It wouldn't be the LCUS if we didn't have technical difficulties.
Thanks for taking that one. Looks like a good amount of stuff went down there, Nickel.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
Option 12 ballooning their lead up to over 2,000 now. Oh, Greybeard of Odin, nice play in the top lane, getting away from the knockup. Oh, but here comes Deformed Ape. They do land the Sign ultimate, but Prowler is here as well. Deformed Ape could be in trouble. He is so squishy. There is so much damage from the Nocturne. Goodbye, Graves. Excellent counter gank from option 12 up in the top lane.
Wow. It sucks for Deformed Ape. He seems like they're just getting behind now.
Yeah, absolutely. Prowler seems to be the one imposing his will across the map.
And that's where the gold is sitting, right on that Nocturne. Odin, no. Run away. Ends the taunt, able to get Kantos.
Yeah, Stelio very low on mana up there, which really limits his ability to trade back onto the Shen.
Yep.
In the bottom lane, the constant pressure from option 12. Oh, wow. Featherstorm comes out from Jackalope. They really wanted some sort of initiation. But look at Ashaway with the crescendo right back. Poison Ivy gonna go down. Gale Force, sort of a desperation play there. Meanwhile, Prowler goes in, looking for the Paranoia. Nice stopwatch. Will keep Stelio alive for a moment, but oh, he will go down. Excuse me, that's Prowler who goes down. Greybeard of Odin couldn't come through with Stand Unite on time. The shield wasn't enough. Deformed Ape. Oh, the collateral damage, not quite enough to finish off Greybeard of Odin. But a good counterplay that time from Gale Force in the top lane. First turret does go down in the bot lane, though. I had alluded to it initially, but then got distracted by the flashy plays Option 12 has done a wonderful job of slowly whittling down that turret. They finally claim their prize. That's a big spike in gold. The lead over 3,000 now.
Not that right. Option 12 is sitting pretty. First Drake, first tower. Bot lane still just sitting there, able to get the bot lane.
And now we know option 12. We talk about their macro game so well. This is where you start to see them take Ace and Ash away and just rotate them relentlessly around the map. I would imagine that we'll see them. Actually, they're returning to bot. It's not what I expected, but probably just going to try to catch that wave, push it out, and then make a move elsewhere. But option 12, they're very disciplined at focusing on these outer turrets, just starting from the outside, working their way in. Greybeard of Odin and Stelio having another cute little, almost meaningless trade up there in the top lane.
Almost meaningless, but a wet noodle fight is a wet noodle fight.
I'd rather get hit by nothing than by a wet noodle, I guess.
Yeah, very true. Keep 100% HP, I guess.
Option 12, setting up vision around this dragon. Next one will be mountain. So between an Infernal and a mountain, that really gives you the tools to snowball a game.
I kind of wish I was seeing a little bit more ward placement from Gale Force here. I mean, they had kind of the basics at the beginning of the game. But really, when you're going against option 12, you need to see what they're doing. Although, a lot of times you'll see them in the mid lane as soon as they get their first tower.
Yeah, Prowler caught behind enemy lines again, though. Second time he's died to Shaken in that red side quadrant jungle, just being way too far up.
I've taught you better than that, probably.
Fat Jackalope in a duel. Fat Jackalope has to flash away after using the Featherstorm. Also burn the heal, so both summoners down for the Gale Force 80 carry. And option 12, even though Prowler is down, they are starting up the Drake. That seems a little optimistic. Here comes Stelio on the charge. Won't find anything for his trouble, but now Gale Force, they're the ones who are going to try to pick up this Drake. Greybeard of Odin does not have Stand United or Teleport available for another few seconds. Prowler is in range and pop Paranoia before dying so I believe this will be Gale Force's Drake. There it goes.
Yep. Pretty easy Drake. That's what they need to look for, just for a point where option 12 overexerts themselves and able to compensate for it. Alright.
So that's two of the outer turrets down, and Rip Herald summoned in the top lane. The bottom lane and Marcus of option 12 trying to shove down this mid lane, while Prowler and Greybeard of Odin gets work done in the top. Shelly will get a second charge down onto that inner turret. That's a huge chunk of damage. Can they run down Prowler? I don't think they'll be able to. We switch back to the mid lane. Ace picks up a kill onto Shaken. Poison Ivy gets hit by the Crescendo and has to flash away. So option 12 winning on all fronts right now. The rest of Gale Force trying to rotate back to this mid lane, but I don't think they'll get there in time. Option 12 going to pick up all of the outer turrets. Stelio steps forward just in time to deter them, actually. Oh, but Deformed Ape gets hit by the Flash Frost. Melted so quickly. Ace in a little bit of trouble, but supercharges away. And there's the third outer turret. Wow, that is the third time I've said auto instead of outer. But the gold lead, almost 6,000 now for option 12.
I mean, it is an auto turret if you think about it. Automatically shoots.
Very, very good. So at this point, I mean, this is sort of just the template for what option 12 wants all of their games to look like, I think. Get ahead through the bottom lane, rotate quickly, take down the outer turrets, gain map control, use that vision. This is going to be scary for Gale Force to try to stay in this game at this point as we move into the mid game. And Deformed Ape and Prowler, they might have another duel here. Stand United coming in for Prowler. It looks like he didn't quite know that that was coming as he started to step away, but Greybeard of Odin will join. Move up was taken by Deformed Ape, though.
Alright. But yeah, Gale Force is going to have to kind of play defense for the next couple of minutes in the game. They're going to have to look for option 12 with their pants down, but really that's kind of a rarity if you think about it.
Yeah, option 12, they're very good at setting up that that vision, moving their line of vision in progressively. And there's so much wave clear on this team with the Anivia. It's going to be difficult for Gale Force to stay in this game in the next 10 minutes. If they can, then anything can happen. But option 12, they are in the perfect position right now to just sort of try to squeeze the new shut, but Ashaway gets the life squeezed out of her in that instance. Nice flank from Shaken, lands the necessary skill shot to get a kill there.
That hurt me over here, guys. Oh my god.
The final spark proves true to its name as the Sona goes down. So a little bit of reprieve there on the side of Gale Force. But even so, the pressure continues. Actually, option 12 right now, they're looking for a flank, but they've got another knock-up onto Makis. Gets popped into the egg, but here's Ace trying to deal out all the damage in the middle of 3 members, though. Meanwhile, Prowler runs down Fat Jackalope all alone. Had no summoners from that earlier skirmish. Prowler onto Deformed Ape now, takes him down as well. A double kill for the Nocturne. Flash over for Makis. Gets a 2-man stun, and there goes Ace with the Killer Instinct. Gets in there, takes down 2. Makis lives as well with a sliver of health. And Stelio cannot show up in time to help the situation. Option 12 at a numbers disadvantage. Annihilate that fight.
Yeah, remember when I said look for an opportunity, guys? That was not it. That was not the opportunity we're looking for.
I don't begrudge them for trying. They did have a 4v3. If there's a time to try to get back in the game, I think that's an okay time, but option 12 just sort of outplayed it. I'm not sure if I'd say option 12 outplayed or Gale Force misplayed. I'd have to go back and look at it more closely, but in any case, option 12, they win a 3 against 4, 4 for none.
Yep.
That's about as one-sided of a fight as you can get.
I got that right. And also option 12 just dominating, still going further down the mid lane. This is what I'm talking about. They get control over the map. It's a dangerous game.
Yeah, Ashaway has to flash away and then just sort of throws down the crescendo as a parting gift. Mid laner's trading skill shots, and Makis is probably going to go down here. Nice wall will keep Shaken from being able to pursue that. The egg is down for the Anivia now, so certainly more vulnerable. Another stun onto Stelio. They're just really trying to run down this person. I don't think they'll be able to catch him.
Here's the problem with ice. It's slippery.
Well said. Prowler's chilling in the bush, but not going to jump out on the Fat Jackalope at this point.
Nah.
And so the gold lead has quickly ballooned up to 10,000 on the side of option 12. This is a scary situation.
And as history has stated, and by history I mean us, that's kind of the do or die time where 10,000 gold is just too much.
Yeah, certainly, especially against a team like option 12 who, you know, are very good at playing with the lead. They understand how to use it, they understand how to play it aggressively but responsibly. It's rare you'll see them overreach. But when you're up 10,000 gold, there isn't much that can be considered an overreach. You are in full control of this game.
Right.
Drake to go down. Between an Ocean Drake and Ashaway's Sona, option 12 is almost never going to have to go back. Prowler jumps in onto Shaken, trying to take him down. One more auto attack will get it done. The duel goes over to the Nocturne. Revenge for that first blood almost 20 minutes ago. And option 12 looking to shove down now. Shaken, probably the most successful member of Gale Force so far. They do catch on to Ace, though. He's in a lot of trouble. Stand United comes through. Will it be enough to save the Kaisa? Another big shield comes through from the Killer Instinct. And option 12, they fend it off again. They pick up 2 more kills. The bottom lane of Gale Force is blown away. And option 12 looking to crack the inhibitor shell now.
I don't know if that was just a beautiful bait. Like, have the ADC just in the front lines just so that you have something to hook onto. Then give a bunch of shields.
Next level tactics. Stelio may be able to escape here. Prowler over aggressive one more time. Does go down to the turret. The shield just kept coming back. But it does buy the rest of option 12 enough time to take that middle inhibitor. And so the inhibitor shell cracked. 11,000 gold lead plus at this point for option 12.
Since you guys are so ahead, Prowler, I'll give you that. I'll say that that was worth.
Well, this Nocturne right now, you know, died early on, has overreached a couple times, but also getting a ton of kills. Unfortunately, my scoreboard on my spectator client is malfunctioning right now, but I would have to think it's at least 6, maybe 7 that he's gotten so far.
Nice. The profit is here, folks. It's 752 right now for him. And he's
I
got...
didn't predict the deaths. I should have tried to predict the deaths.
Nah, you're good, man. But still, looking at the gold, he's the second highest on the team. Sitting where it should.
Ace goes in for Deformed Ape. That's an overreach that time. We talked about option 12, maybe not doing that. But the stopwatch will keep him alive for a little while longer. Final spark goes down. Prowler jumps in, trying to finish someone off. Gets knocked up by Stelio. And Gale Force, they're all here, while option 12 are trickling in. And that's a quick 2 for 0 back. The gold lead's still well over 10,000. But a little bit of reprieve, a little bit of relief on the side of Gale Force as they maybe try to push down this top lane turret.
Ooh, boy.
Oh no, don't try the Baron, my friend.
No.
Oh boy. They got a couple walks, and now they're trying to hit a home run. But a quick stun onto Poison Ivy will immediately force the support out, and Baron is a bro and finishes it off for Marcus. Gale Force quickly pushed off of the Baron.
Whew. Jeez Louise, boys.
And a big
girls.
push from minions in the mid lane will force the solo laners of Gale Force back. Everyone from option 12 is alive again, and you wonder if it's their turn to just head straight for the Baron.
I mean, it's a good opportunity, but I think that option 12 is going to wait for a bigger opening than this. Right now.
I like the idea for option 12, though, to, you know, get the vision control and just force Gale Force to come to you. If you want a 5-on-5 team fight, actually, they're just going to start it up. They are going to melt this so fast. They didn't get the Mountain Drake, but that's fine with them. They have the Kaisa. They have a 10,000 gold lead. Make it 12. Make it 5 purple buffs on the map. And the clock is ticking for Gale Force to find a way out of this situation.
Guys, I'll give you a key hint when listening to me cast. Just take whatever I say, make it the opposite, and that's what they're going to do. Especially today.
Setting up the 1-4 now. Classic play. Greatbeard of Odin has Stand United available, so he can join at any time as the rest of option 12 shoves in this top lane. Nice wall catches out Deformed Ape. And actually, I believe stopped Stelio's ult. That was off screen for me, but I heard the shout and then nothing. It's Shaken who they've sent down to try to stop Greatbeard of Odin in the bottom lane, but I'm not sure he'll be able to. That Shen has the Merc Treads and an extra Null Magic Mantle, a decent amount of magic resist. And there goes Prowler. They jump in onto the Lux. Stopwatches pop quickly. Excuse me, that's a full Zonia's, but I don't think it'll matter. Shaken goes down. That's the most fed member of Gale Force. And it looks like option 12 just tightening the noose. The breath is almost gone. First Nexus turret goes down. They jump in onto Ashway. Gets the crescendo up. Now Poison Ivy trying to get in there with the quickness, but Ace will just delete the Rakan. Xayah is gone as well. The couple dies together. But it's a little too... not even any consolation.
No.
As Deformed Ape is also taunted up by Greatbeard of Odin. Also going to go down. Ace uses the Killer Instinct for fun. Nexus drops 26 minutes in. A dominant performance from option 12 in game 1.
Well, it's always nice when teams decide to clean up, you know. I mean, they sweep the towers, sweep the dust off of the players by murdering them, and takes the Nexus. Victory for option 12. Well done, guys. Alright. Wow. Quick game to start with. Cannot believe my eyes as to what has happened. I was going to show you guys the the graphs, but apparently I can't. Anywho, I imagine it's probably in the spots where you think it would be. Probably
yeah, I would
Base
think
doing
it
a lot
would
of
be
damage.
a lot of damage done by option 12 and not very much done by Gale Force.
For sure. I don't think there's much else we can say about that game. Option 12 being what they do, macro gameplay, able to just take control of the map. But we're not over yet, folks. We still have one more matchup between these two titans, Gale Force and Option 12. Option 12 with 1-0 for Gale Force. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.